Welcome back to another episode on Front Row on Economy.lk. We're switching gears here on the economy, looking at the retail sector and getting a more global perspective, more specifically on what's going on in Malaysia and maybe some of the things that we can pick out from that for Sri Lanka. So with me, I have the pleasure to welcome Dato Vincent Chu, who is the Malaysia Retail Chain Association Deputy President for 2018-2020, and I think by 2020 he will be President as well. And he's also the Master Franchiser for Subway in Malaysia. Pleasure to have you, Dato.
Thank you.
So I think for our viewers as well, we're acutely aware of Malaysia and the economy and the vibrancy of the economy. But how exactly is the retail landscape in Malaysia shaping up, and where is it headed next?
Okay, just update you a little bit about our retail economy at the moment. The second quarter was a little bit low. We have an increase of about 2.5 to 3%, and that is due for many reasons. Number one, because we have an election on May 9. So a lot of people were quite skeptical as far as spending money. So there's a reason why the economy is at that percentage. After election, the government took over. In fact, opposition won, and they took over the new government after 61 years. And the new government took out the GST, the goods service tax, and they implemented a new service tax, which is 2 months later. So during that 2 months, the economy started to grow, because without tax, people are spending money, waiting for the sales tax to come in. So car business went up, a lot of things like household products, in fact, things that people would buy, they will buy more during the period. So third quarter, you see an increase of the percentage as far as the growth. What the government predict is that we will close with 6% of growth. So the third quarter and fourth quarter would see a higher growth, mainly because we have many public holidays coming. We have Malaysian Day, we have Hari Raya, that was in August, and then we have Christmas that is coming. So generally in Malaysia market, when there is many holidays, the sales will automatically go up. The departmental store, supermarkets, the retail store will see a surge in the percentage.
And if you look at the Asian consumer, increasingly they're becoming more socially conscious of what they're buying or what they're purchasing. Is that a trend that is seen in Malaysia, and how has the retail industry and the economy as general, adapted to this? And what are some of the things that they've taken on board to meet that demand of this new consumer? For new consumer,
I think retailers has to learn to be innovation-wise. They must come up with new products, new display, promotion to attract consumer to come. So generally in Malaysia, we also have a lot of sales that is going on. Like what we have discussed this morning in the conference, there will be a lot of promotion that is driven. Retailers that creates a lower price point that is affordable to consumer. So some of these things will be the key thing that will drive the retail business.
Right. And on the socially conscious consumer, how is the retailers adapting to them?
You mean as price is concerned?
No, in terms of consumers who want more environmentally friendly products.
Okay, all right. Okay, in Malaysia, the government has come up with many policy nowadays to actually pressure retailers to come up with things like biodegradable products. If you look at Malaysia market nowadays, we are not using so much plastic bag. Instead of changing to paper, biodegradable is one of the things that people are looking into to help the environment. Same thing like in many F&B, they are creating clean label, meaning that a lot of products, we are trying to get natural ingredients, less coloring, so that it's more healthy. And also things like organic-based food are getting more popular. So these are some of the things that I think many countries are looking into for their reason.
And you made mention in your first remarks about the government, the new government that has come in, and some of the policy changes that have come in as well. As an industry, with what's going on globally and even in Malaysia, technology innovation coming in, how would policy sort of shape up to maybe gear this industry to the next level?
Well, the new government just took over about 4 or 5 months ago. So we are yet to see a lot of changes at the moment. The new government is trying very hard to understand what is needed to improve the economy. So like for example, Malaysian Retail Chain Association, we are very big in Malaysia. We are one of the organizations that work closely with the government on dialogues. So we give them feedback, what we need as a SME or as a retailers to benefit and to grow the market. So things, we hope that there will be a lot of good things that is coming. Things like grant for SME, things like incentive and things like that. If you look at the SME market in the retail, it's actually quite big in Malaysia. We are contributing about 50%. So this is a very big chunk that the government has to look into to grow the economy.
So I think for our viewers, policy has really determined or maybe put a bit of a confusion to some of the retailers within Malaysia, but going forward, more dialogue with the association will definitely drive things forward. Similar to Sri Lanka, I think we're dependent on seasonal factors, holidays, things like Christmas around the corner, definitely adds more value to it. So similar trends to I think what we're seeing in Sri Lanka as well. And on the environmentally conscious consumer, and that's a growing market which needs to be catered towards. Similar trends in terms of what Malaysia is doing to what Sri Lanka is doing as well. So very insightful insights, Vincent. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation.
For joining us on Economy.lk, and to our viewers, stay tuned for similar insightful videos.